are on and live. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I have been working tonight, people. You want to help yourself. If you want to be somebody until somebody, you're gonna have to work for it. Faith without works is dead, right? We ain't gonna play with me. So let me do a little sound check. Be right back.
Nigga, big bands on me. Go with your moon, nigga, then stand on it. I ride with the heat, yeah, I keep bam on me. These niggas is killers, but I don't condone it. Shorty is
All
gorgeous, but
right, it
shorty
says
is
that we
boring.
good
I
to go.
met her
So
tonight and I fuck her the
this
morning.
is
I
what
tell
it
her
is.
bitch know when she
Hey,
come with them
all right,
stories.
we are
Oh
live.
yeah. A
We're
little
good to
conceited,
go.
I shine
I
with the
think we're
season.
good to
And I'ma
go.
show
I'll
you
make
how
sure
to
we're good to
follow a
go.
leader. I step out the
I
candy
feel
with
like we
fever.
are.
Make
So
some ass call it jungle fever.
hey, we're here, right? We're here. Big back got a lot. Okay. Well, hello. Once again. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you are enjoying it. The videos that are dropping, some of the lives that are coming out. Sometimes I end up forgetting I can't play everything because I end up getting like the copyrights. I have to be very aware of what I'm doing. So thank you for enjoying this. Hopefully, you're able to have time to sit back and enjoy the country groove of who I am. Okay. So this morning, I don't even know if I want to make a series of this or what's going on. So I just want to come and for people that's just new here with me or new to me, as I am, I want to come and like share this phone calls that I have been experiencing. I have not you know been in around certain things too long just yet. Kind of gets kind of new to some people. Things going on. I had always heard about FBA. I had always heard about delineation and like I said before, I've said on my platform before, I agree with the sentiments of from what I've heard from the people, and I agree with the sentiments of how people felt about it. And I think to me, I think it was necessary. I think it's very necessary because in a way you have to guard your not only your sanctity but also guard your legacy and your lineage and things like that. Because if you're not from America, you you should definitely you know understand that if you're not, or you need to understand that it was a lot for what our ancestors went through to be here, right? And to actually you know get the rights that we have to be able to be here and be free and all this good stuff that everybody else seems to enjoy as well. So that's a big part of it. So let me do this right now. And so anyway, I have been experiencing like it really enjoying because I have missed so much. Going back, if you don't know, Tariq Nasheed, right? Um um he is like, I'm telling you, dude is funny. I swear to y'all, I don't know where I've been, but let me tell y'all something. I have been missing him and the Black Authority. Man, I tell you, it is a good time to hear um you know yeah, see, yeah, let's just keep on. It's a good thing to hear and lay back in and like chill. So today, this morning, as I go through these things, I am going to make sure everything okay. So everything should be good to go now. I think everything good to go. All right, I think we're good to go. All right, are we good? Am I good? Come on, dashboard, show me we're good. Dashboard. All right, dashboard says we're good to go. So we're going to be reviewing phone calls, right? So we're going to catch up. I hope you sit back and enjoy this. Now, before we get into this right here, understand the phone calls we are finna to hear. Tariq Nasheed is sitting on spaces and he's, just not specifically saying anything at all about, Africans, Nigerians, Haitians, Kenyans, or anything like that. He's just basically saying that, hey, FBA, as you already know, is not a group or a whatever they want to call it to make it seem. It is just basically a lineage. And that lineage is saying to us as foundational Black Americans, is just that we put a stamp on saying foundational because we have to give reference into how this country became or what this country is. And a lot of times you try to if you try to change the past or not teach it, it'll happen again or it won't be taught. and then people had the perception of like, they are us and they are, we are them, and it's not it. Because one thing about this is that our melanated cousins that come over from these different countries, they come over with a very snappish, very bold and egotistical, dirty foot, bushmeat attitude that is just not necessary. And then they ask why we are all like speaking like this now, like y'all are very disrespectful to us. You are disrespectful people, and you are mean, and you are mean, this and that. And I'm telling you this from what I've heard and what I experienced. I can tell you exactly what we're gonna hear and kind of go back through again. You're gonna be able to see why, you know, people are like that. They ain't like that for no reason. I'm telling you, from what I know, from what I see, I swear to you, it's not for no reason, bro. I'm telling you, it's not. I swear to you, it's not. So let's go through this one. This is what we listening to. Okay, let's go through this one. Put this up. Shout out to Dr. Tariq Nasheed. I swear to God. Look, man, funny as hell. Let's listen in on now. If you don't know why FBA is becoming delineation or whatever, or one thing about the internet, and sometimes with people that is kind of stupid, sometimes they put their foot in their mouth, and the internet has allowed these people to put their foot in their own mouths, and it is one thing to hear and see. So let's check in about what I'm saying.
And I just go in there and smack them around a little bit and clown them. But technically, see, they try to use me as a proxy. They don't like our lineage, period.
Mm-mm.
It ain't about me. They don't like our lineage, which they never did. They've always had vitriol towards our lineage. They just try to use me as a proxy because I put a lot of people up on game on how vitriolic and how full of shit they are.
Huh?
That's what they're mad at me because I done told a lot of their secrets. Because I done been to all of their countries. I done been to all of them places. And I can tell you firsthand, it ain't the business. They ain't at liberty to say nothing.
No.
They know I come and give you the real. So y'all shut them down when they come over here trying to talk crazy. I done told y'all about their little birth scams. They sit here and try to tell us
Very.
we ain't got no culture. I put people up on game letting you know most of them don't even have birth certificates.
Huh.
That's why they got them January 1st
My God.
birthdays. They don't like me telling all their little secrets. You understand? Those tribal groups that they got, those aren't ancient tribes. Many of those tribal groups were formed after they got colonized.
Right. And they're colonized, and then they become where in their countries they become very competition based, no matter what color or creed they are. And I get it over there in their country that they seem to not ever had fought for. Over there, they have a thing of, with all of them, since all of them have the same color, they go by tribe. Here in America, we are the lesser. So therefore, we have a thing with us is that we learn how to stick together, correct? Now we do have our own problems and things like that, but our ancestors actually planned for them to come over here and help join the fight and not come against us. But these dirty foot motherfuckers have come over here and seem to have misunderstood the assignment. And now they're over here, cosplaying and trying to soul swap on the legacy that our members come behind. So I don't blame Tariq Nasheed for standing in place, my brother. Thank you again for guarding what our ancestors left us, because if we do not, who will?
They don't have old ancient languages. See, I put people up on a lot of the real about them. So when they come with that, we ain't got no culture, the family's hitting them back. Hey, wait a minute, Dudu Tunde.
Right.
Goddamn, that Tariq told you the truth. I had that nigga. So they're mad at me.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're mad at me because, I didn't expose the truth about them and their history and their rhetoric. And they're just not at liberty to say anything.
No.
They didn't have last names until like the 1880s over there. This is facts. Y'all verify all the shit I'm saying. Don't let nobody from the continent say nothing about our culture.
Amen.
They are not at liberty.
And you see what he's saying. I can do nothing but wholeheartedly in sentiment and just agree with this man, because see, you can't come over and trash nobody and tell these people after you decided to flee your own country and come somewhere and you don't even know how you got here. And then when you get here, you say that those people are lazy, they ain't nothing, and then you living on assistance and welfare, And then everybody in our country, since you have the same color as us and you claim black on your thing, and and then they count it in us, then all of a sudden we lazy and you benefiting off the system that our tax money and our ancestors been paid for a long time ago, over times three, and now. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah, they didn't get. Yeah, all of the names and all that shit that was around the Berlin Conference. I talk about all the treaties and deals they made.
I think I was.
Tell the truth about their ass. Let them tell you ain't got. Now they can't finesse and scam.
He's mad. It was a guy.
You damn right we're stopping that.
It was a guy with his call.
I was going in on some tethers, and they know that. What don't do about it. For you to lie to. Nigga, if I was smashing an Eskimo, I'd be smashing an. I ain't got no reason to lie to a tether. Tethers, let me hold your hand when I talk to you.
Says what?
Why would I lie to a tether?
My God, today. Why
would I lie to a refugee? Who are you to lie to?
Nobody's gonna lie to you, baby. Nobody.
Nigga, if I was smashing an Eskimo, I'd be smashing an Eskimo.
I love this.
You can't do nothing about it.
Nothing at all.
All right.
Hey, I like it. It's my guy.
She ain't Haitian. My wife is FBA. My whole family's FBA. Lying proves our point. Lying is why we have to delineate. You understand? See, the motivation for their frustration is that our FBA delineation, that disrupts the whole black monolith hustle that they like to dip in and out of. See, they love delineating when they can control the narrative. But when we delineate, we control the narrative. They don't like that because now we cut them off. See, they come to this.
What are you doing? Why are you separating from us? So many phone calls we're gonna get to hear over this season of, these wild scammers phone calls. And I think on this one right here, Tariq was going through. It was the same guy. He was pointing the finger, and Tariq was reading his ass down, as you can see. And that's a part of that, right? That's a part of that. So let's go over to this one.
Most of them are immigrants down there, sir.
Sir, how are you going to tell me? I live there.
The Haitians
Okay, so let's go
down there. D Brown, what's happening? D Brown, unmute your microphone.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Thank you for letting me on. So Tariq, I was I saw your tweet about Detroit. And what I don't understand what you said that the black Americans didn't destroy Detroit. Is that correct?
Right, they didn't.
Well, what destroyed Detroit?
The white supremacists sabotaging it and taking all the resource out of it.
Okay, now what I don't understand is
hold on. And Detroit is not quote unquote destroyed. It is not destroyed, by the way. But there was a lot of economic devastation that was created by the white supremacists taking the resources out of it. Detroit is fine.
Okay. But
now what gets me is with this phone call, of all phone calls too, since we in this whole thing of this. Now what intrigues me is this: how in the flying flip flop hell, okay, do you criticize demeanor, make fun of, call a catas, okay, which we all know now what that really means, by another country, and you seem to, being the man you are, have not even stayed where you were and fought to make yours better, and then come over to here and then tell us, well, all these black country cities are, they're running down with these black tea houses and this and that, and your country is definitely having like great festivals and streets that are not paved and not even gravel or anything, just paved in dirt, and that's the problem for us.
all right, that's fine. I think there's some parts of Detroit that's not doing well, but a lot of these major cities where the FBA people live, they're hellholes. And I know you're saying it's the white supremacists.
No, they're not. No, they're not. We don't live in hellholes. What are you talking about? What hellhole cities do we live in that's populated by us?
Sir, I went to Liberty City, I think it was last year, and that was the filthiest place I have ever seen in my life.
Miami?
Yes, sir.
In Tether Central? Okay, okay,
No,
yeah.
no, those no,
No,
that's no, it's not Tether Central.
no,
Those
that
are
Oh, it's Tether
ain't
Central.
Luther
Oh, no,
Campbell
no,
from
no, no,
there?
no, brother. It's Tether Central.
he might be those no, most of
Let me go in on with you with this right here. So precisely he's talking shit about Liberty City. Liberty City is I've heard maybe a little bit rough, but however, let's go over the basis of this. Okay, our great Democrat Party. Okay, dummy. But hold on. Let's go back to this. Hold on. Florida is a red state, correct? Republican. Okay, so all of them actually come right there to Miami and they migrate there. Miami, from what I've heard, is one of the largest cities that has a migration problem. They are flooded with immigrants. Even the people they was out there singing, I would vote for Donald Trump. I would vote for Donald Trump. Don't people right there? Trump ended up setting ICE down there, if I'm not mistaken, it's still correct. He went and riled them up because he had told them before the election that don't worry, I'm gonna get rid of all the bad people. But what they have seemed to have forgotten that the bad people was going to be them.
of the people that live in
Come on.
Liberty City, Miami, those are black
No,
people
no,
from
sir,
Georgia.
sir.
No,
It's
those
full
are
of immigrants now.
no, they're mostly black people from Georgia.
No, no,
I live down there. I know.
no. Most of them are immigrants down there, sir.
Sir, how are you gonna tell
Those
me? I live
are
there.
the Haitians and Jamaicans down there. That's a bad
Sir,
example.
no, but they have their own places in that city where they live. Like Haitians, they're from Little Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
Jamaicans are like from
Mm-hmm.
Miramar, which is not too far from the heart of Miami. But no, Liberty City, that is Black Americans.
No,
Okay,
it's not,
and that,
sir. No, it's
sir, I used to live in Liberty City. I had
Now you know what's so funny while we're in the middle of this phone call. Now this right here was definitely a phone call. This right here was about a year ago, right? So as we say reviewing this, what trips me out is, what's so funny to me is that while he's sitting here talking like that, when Trump started doing his whole deportation thing or whatever, it was so funny. At first, as you can hear, before Trump really got in office, good, they was all hollering, "Oh, me no black, I'm Haitian, I ain't this, I'm Nigerian, I'm Jamaican, I'm this, I'm that," and we was like, "Oh, okay." We ain't hate on it. We were just trying to figure out why the fuck y'all trying to remind us what y'all leaves every day. I mean, we don't care, but they did that, right? So it gets me now is that now have you seen? Oh, we're all black. We should have unity and stuff together.
family in Liberty City.
oh,
How you gonna tell me?
sir, you're not going to put that one off. Liberty City it's full of tethers now. It's full of non-FBA
All
people.
right.
Liberties, yeah. So yeah, that's that Caribbean culture, sir. What part of the Caribbean are you from, by the way?
Mm.
Jamaica.
Jamaica. There you go. You really don't want to talk about hellholes. Are you serious, brother?
No,
You really want
look,
to talk about hellholes?
I'm not. This isn't about. I'm not. I know. I understand.
Mm.
Jamaica has its issues
Mhm.
or whatever. That
Ain't an issue. It's a culture, sir.
Right.
I've been to Kingston. All right. I've been all over Jamaica.
Now to trip this part out, take this. Now you are a grown man, right? Living in America, right? Where other people have paved the way for you to come, right? And you left your country, right, to come to another. This is the mind boggle that gets me like reviewing this stuff. I don't get. I don't know if common sense was taught in school, but it makes no sense to me to come somewhere and disrespect the people of that original land, and you ain't even from that original land, and then you call it yours. It's just so scamish.
Because, sir, you're really got a lot of nerve to call up talking about
But
FBAs living a hellhole. We don't live in hellholes, sir. None of our places are hellholes. We don't live raggedy like that. We don't live in shanty towns, sir. Go ahead, talk to me.
Mm.
I was calling in talking about Detroit and some of these black neighborhoods that are impoverished.
Hmm.
They
What black are in
are
poverty?
you okay? What
Now, this
is
is the thing. My thing is this: you're calling in to talk about this, okay? But you left behind an entirely full impoverished country, correct? Right? Are we all hearing this?
Southside Chicago? Is that not? They not? Doesn't it
Not
look like a hell?
It's not impoverished, sir. Southside
What
Chicago
a-
looks very nice.
what about North Philly?
North Philly looks nice.
Mm.
We don't live
Everybody. Oh my goodness.
all of the
What?
third. We don't live in slums. Foundational Black Americans,
Mm.
we've never lived in slums, sir.
So there's no black slums in America.
Not with foundational Black Americans living in it, not in large numbers, not in large numbers. You might find a few little dilapidated places in some southern small towns. Generally, foundational Black Americans, we never lived in
No.
slums. We're not slummish people.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. He's completely right. And yes, you're gonna have down hoods of like hoods, but the people always try to portray that to be. But no, most black people you're gonna meet are gonna be just uplifting people. Besides that, that's maybe the 10 or 20% that are just dum dums or whatever. But every community has its issues, or whatever. But for you to come from a country that's people are more of you, and for them, they plan for this for us. Okay, they put drugs, crack, everything into every part of the black community, and then they red line, and then they did jail stuff where they put us in jail. It's a long line of this stuff that reasons of why you have these things. However, as you can see, we still try to make a difference. That you make a difference in yours, and you came over here. I don't understand.
We've never lived like that. And when we can go to Detroit, because that whole narrative of Detroit is a hellhole. It's not a hellhole. Detroit has not been destroyed. You have abandoned factories out there in Detroit. You have some abandoned homes scattered here and there that don't nobody live in. But to say it's a hellhole or it's destroyed, that's just emphatically not true. Even in Baltimore, people like to go to some of those abandoned houses and say, oh, look at the devastation here. Nobody lives there, though. Yeah, you can find abandoned neighborhoods where we don't actually live.
And that is very true. That is very, very true. That's a part of that too. And that's something if you don't know stuff about stuff, but of course, like that gets me is they come over here and they don't seem to want to read about anything. And it gathers me because if I came to a brand new country, honey, I am definitely reading stuff about what's going on. Let's check out this next one.
What are you trying
They
to say?
have nothing to do.
Genetic. You said that you're lying to the people, but you're making your money though.
Okay.
I like that.
Really? What am I lying about?
You know what you're saying to the people. You are lying. Black people has been the people that has been brainwashed
Oh,
in this world. So black people, when
Slow down.
you cook up stories, people will always believe you. As far they are
What did I
black.
lie about? What did I lie about?
You are telling the people that they did not come from Africa. That is a
I
false.
never
a lie.
said that. I never said that.
that's a lie.
I never said we didn't have African genetics. I've never said that, sir. So you just lied. Why did you just lie?
And I'm saying this, he is right. Tariq has never said that. Tariq always, we all know that we all came from Africa. This is not a new situation. It's not nothing that we just found out yesterday. I think we all know that all mankind came from Africa, so for us to not to deny that we've never have, it just makes sense. It just doesn't make sense for this to be these people's arguments sometimes. It just baffles me. Like, is this how they always thought?
Lie.
Yeah, because that's what people say you say.
I've never
been on
said that.
lives.
I've never said that. I've never said that, sir. So you just prove yourself to be a Nigerian liar.
Well, you can call me whatever you want. It's what
A
I hear.
liar.
That's
A
what I
liar,
said.
'cause you
That is
just
what-
lied.
That is what
I've
you
never
said.
said. No, I didn't. I never said we didn't have African genetics. Yeah, we got African genetics.
No,
but
not
we're
about
foundational
genetic.
Black
Not
Americans.
about genetic. You said that you people did not come from Africa. You were there. You
I
were the
didn't say
indigenous
that.
people. You
I
said
didn't say that.
you didn't say that you people are the indigenous people
No,
of
I
America.
didn't. We are foundational Black Americans, sir.
What do you mean by
Don't put words in my
foundational?
mouth.
See, one thing to get me about them is that they play so dumb. They play dumb. They really do play dumb. But then they come with this thing of what did you mean? And you know what it means. Okay, it's nothing wrong. For years, you know the difference in us. You tell us like you're telling us. Like, to me, if I'm telling you, right, you have no quacha. Your people are this, right? You know that we're different than you, right? So if you know that we're different than you, why are you shocked that we realize that we're different from you?
Black American? What about the Red Indians, the Native Americans? What about those people?
Yeah, they had
Who are
nothing to
they?
do with the building of the United States.
They have no building. What are you trying
They
to say?
had nothing to do. Red natives had nothing to do with the building of the United States. That's what I said.
Who built the United States then? Who built
Black
it?
people, foundational Black Americans.
That's a lie. That's a big lie.
Who built it then? Who built it?
Before slavery, America was already built.
No, it wasn't.
It was already built.
It wasn't. Who built it? By who?
Who?
By the whiteys. They came.
I just want to know this. If anybody has been brainwashed, my melanated cousins, I'm telling y'all, you have to be one dumb, ignorant, slow, dirty foot, bush eating motherfucker to come over here to America and tell us that it was already built when we got here. You telling me, did you hear what I heard? You telling me that he thinks passionately that the white people built this country. And this is how they really feel about us. So the truth is just really coming out. I'm telling you, ever since Cat Williams said that, he is not lying to it.
I mean, they stole the land from the Native Americans. They unalived 4 million Native Americans. They took the land of them because America has always been built by stealing from other people.
What white people built something before black
The Europeans.
people?
The Europeans who came in there.
Where?
In the United States.
Where in the United States?
You are asking me, the history is there all over US.
You said it. I know the history. You said it. I know the history. You just said some bullshit. I want you.
Right. So you calling somebody up to tell somebody the history you don't even know? I don't. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
To elaborate.
Yeah.
What year did they? Where and what year did white people build something without black people?
So when the black people came to America, America was a desert or a forest. It was already built.
What year?
Please tell us. Please.
Well, I don't know the year. I'm not a historian.
Lord have mercy on me. You damn. This is baffling. Y'all, you know what? For me to be sitting experiencing these phone calls and going through this stuff and kind of hearing it and kind of going back over it, I am baffled of how dumb people seem to be.
Then why are you speaking on something you don't know about, sir?
Because you didn't build it. You did not build it. You cannot.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
if
you had nothing. Had nothing. Yeah.
And why would you laugh at what you're over here enjoying? You know, I think for us to deny the history of what we went through is just in denial, right? And one thing I agree with Tariq on is that I will, from the point on I've been like whatever, I'm going to stand 10 toes down for my heritage and my legacy and my people, my lineage, because it doesn't matter to what the fuck you think. Our ancestors did not perish for you to make fun of us, to lay down and let you take over what the fuck we built. Yes, we did build it, and we will stand tall on that for the rest of our lives. Trump, we are calling up on you. Donald, Dwayne, Lee Wayne, unfound Epstein files, Trump. That's right. Laura Loomis, sugar daddy. We are calling upon you to get these type of motherfuckers the fuck up out of here.
We did. They didn't build nothing on their own. The white supremacists failed every time they tried to build something over here.
Yes,
they didn't build nothing on there. They didn't build nothing, sir.
Maybe you built it together with them, not that you built.
Okay, now you're changing it up. Okay, yeah.
Because you are saying you are the only one who built it.
We built it, sir. The white supremacists didn't build it by themselves. They couldn't. They failed when they tried. So yeah, you just saying stuff just to be saying it. That's called being a lying tether, sir.
But you are a businessman, man. I like your style, man.
You are a businessman.
Those type of things like that. I think for me, me covering this type of stuff, I think that's kind of safe right there. It just grinds my gears. I'd be so lost of like, excuse me, like, bless your heart, Tariq, because I would have been cut some of these bitches out. Let's go to the next one.
It just seems like you get on here and you like to shame and ridicule Black Africans, and then you have some kind of fake line of, oh, this person could be mixed, and it's just like, where does it end? You know, who's the arbiter
fake
of?
Line?
You know,
what's
who's
a fake line? That's not.
You
No,
who
no,
like
no. So you say something, you got to stand on business. You
I'm
just
standing
can't
on
say something.
business. So you just said that
Okay.
the brother
It's
who
not a
said
fake line. If your lineage goes back to the beginning of the country, that is foundational. That's not a fake
no,
line.
no,
That's
what I'm
logic.
saying is that you just said the person who was mixed. Oh well, you have some lineage there because you're mixed. It's like who gets to decide what that is, you know?
Logic, sir. Logic, sir. Logic. That's just logic. Logic. If your family was here at the beginning of the country,
Right.
you were foundational. They're foundational. If they were
Do you see how simple that is? So simple. And it's true. Like, so what do you want to argue about? Because you weren't here. Your family that wasn't here. Yes, we all came from Africa. Yes, slavery and the Atlantic slave trade happened. But it's been 500 plus years, and you can get here from after that until 1965. And then you get here and it's already built and everything's going on. Then you say, no, I'm from here too. But how do you now all of a sudden you want to claim, you know what they're scared about? They're scared about because the delineation sets us finally apart. And yes, we ask for your background because you come over here just 2 or 3 years ago and you criticized and you waved your dirty deal ass finger at us and say, your people are lazy, you this and you that. And you worship the white man. And you even fight the white man in your own country when y'all outnumber them very heavily. This is some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
here at the founding of this country, that makes them foundational. That's
Okay,
just a
so
logic term.
so what do you get from that? Like what like Claude Anderson used to say something.
You don't get deported.
Let me just put it this
That
way.
means you don't get
Basically,
deported.
yes,
That means you
yes,
don't get deported.
Claude Anderson, I
understand?
had a long conversation with him one time. He said that you can call yourself whatever you want. You can call yourself in relation to like the LGBT community. You could be a tree, you could be a rock, you could be whatever. But what does that make it better for you? Like, does that improve your
what gets me is
position?
this right here. Every time you want to have let's have a base, true founding argument, right? Let the base of the argument be about the facts. You still skip, you still, they seem to always tether until everything else. Yes, we have gay people, okay? Because most of y'all, most of the Africans, they over there on ground injected with too. But listen, you seem to want to forget the base of the argument. FBA, what does it mean? What does it stand for? And how does that actually offend you when those people benefit you to come into this country? You keep on forgetting how you got here. I'm so lost.
At the end of the day, and that's my question for you, Tariq.
Yeah, I just told you we don't get deported. That's a great thing. We can't get deported. We ain't running from ICE. That's a phenomenal thing.
Yes.
That's like that's like a false equivalency.
No,
that
it's
has
not.
nothing
It's
to
not
do with the
false.
question.
Okay, right.
It is. You said what do we get out of it? Yeah, we get the comfort of knowing.
That's your baseline is not being deported. That's all.
We can't get we got the comfort of knowing we can't get deported. We got the comfort of knowing that our culture is the culture of this land. We are the progenitors of the culture, and we're going to be the gatekeepers of the culture. That's what we get out of it.
You guys can't gatekeep anything. You can't even gatekeep the NBA.
You see how they just so arrogant, right? And yes, the black community, yes, we have problems. FBI, yes, we have problems. I mean, any community don't. But it gags me because these are grown ass men who didn't even want to stand up for the women in their own country, who walk around and their eyeballs are yellow from jaundice, and they have never had an actual shot. And they fled their own country because see, our men in America, say what you want to say, some of them kind, some of them gay, but guess what, they all have fought. And I think what y'all are shocked at is that we're standing on 10 toes because you don't realize what you're doing and what we're hearing is disrespectful. Do you imagine if we would come over to their country? How about we can just get about 2,000, 3,000 black folk, and we're gonna move into Nigeria, okay, or move over there to Kenya, or move to Jamaica, wherever the fuck they can move over there, okay? Move over there and then start telling them you ain't good enough. Let me tell you something. When I say they would have been unalive, the whole group, and then said it was that land's law because they didn't want it, they would have. But for them to come over here and we be like, listen, just respect us, and then they come with this is bullshit.
Yes, we do, and we get to relish in a culture that our families made for us. Sir.
You guys have never been able to gatekeep anything.
No, listen, I'm telling you, no. I'm telling you. You asked me what we get, and I'm telling you now. You get offended.
All right.
Who's offended?
Because your lineage is the lineage of fleeing, sir.
My God.
Just say that, and you have a problem with us because we didn't flee.
Right.
I don't
have a problem with that. My problem is that you're setting it up like it's
Now
like
that's
you're
you,
better
man.
than
You're
people because
imagining
you're
stuff. I'm not setting
FBA.
up anything. I'm not setting up
You
anything,
know,
sir. We're
it's a
just glad that we're paying homage to our
That is
ancestors
it.
who
That
sacrificed
is
and
it.
made a way so that we can be comfortable here
That's it.
in our homeland
Simple.
and not have
Simply
to
put.
flee. I thank our ancestors for that. And you have a problem with that, sir. That's
no,
a you
I don't
problem.
have a
Don't put
problem
all
with
that
that.
on me.
I don't have a
You
problem with that.
clearly
My
do.
problem with that is that
Now
does
he's
that
saying, see how this mind mentality of how they work. I don't know. You know, they spell learning wrong, but learning. I'm sorry, they got me. It's so baffling. But you see, well, I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. But I don't. But this is the you got
that
a
make
problem.
it better for you? Because that's
Yeah, it
to say that you can't
does.
get deported is such a low bar.
That you can't determine
That
what
is the
makes it what I
lowest
feel is
bar.
better. You can't judge what I like. I like the fact that I ain't getting rounded up and
Right.
my family sacrificed for me so I can be comfortable
Amen.
on my homeland. I like it. You can't determine what I
And you know what? And yes, we like that because you know what? When Trump was being it started, we're doing the election. Now, mind you, this is why I bet you should hear some of this stuff they were saying before. Yeah, Trump is going to deport you all. He's going to deport the Black Americans. He's going to deport you, send you to Africa. He will deport you. Yay! Now, mind you, you ain't from here. Ain't you got one child boy? Like these stuff that they were saying, and we was all across the index. We was all trying to figure this out. Like, why do they think we're getting deported? Like they really thought that Trump could sit up and deport us. Like he ain't got no choice. And I've said this 1,000 times, and I'm gonna still keep my same sentiment on it. Let me tell you something. We are always been important to America. Okay, you ain't got no choice. If we packed our shit up, ready to go, baby, they will close the borders on our ass and tell us to stay here. But guarantee they would never do that to you. Okay, never, ever, never.
should like, sir.
Let me
And you like being up here under us too.
let me ask you a
You should
question.
be happy that my ancestors and us helped make a way for you to come here and be comfortable, sir.
Amen.
Let me ask you
You're
a
happy
question.
because you're here. You're happy because you're here, sir. You're happy because of what I'm happy for. You're happy because of my ancestors too. That's why you're here, sir.
Mhm.
So don't have all of that disrespectful disposition,
Mhm.
sir.
Why is it disrespectful? Because
Why?
I'm
Yeah, you
challenging
talking
the
about
fact that you're a race
what
hustler.
y'all looking? Why y'all on y'all lineage? Why y'all delineating? We're paying homage and respect to our lineage, sir.
And I completely agree because if we don't separate this now, we won't ever do it. And it's needed because they are disrespectful. They are targeting us. They talk bad about us. They call us names. And all of a sudden now they thought they was gonna soul swap, but we hit them with a left hook, and now we're here.
Why? What y'all gonna get out of that? Well, the same thing you're getting, comfort.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? So that's what it is. It's about like an emotional blanket of some sort.
Ha ha ha.
Ain't emotion at all.
Wow.
That's you projecting,
Because
sir.
it's appealing to emotion right now.
Really,
What's
really,
you talk
It's
about
not.
tangibles. That was your big thing, was tangibles, right?
Yes. You see tangible. Yes. You see eyesight. See. In this country, where you are here to, yeah. See, we have always when the Democrat Party has been using us and pulling us in and out like a nut rag. Okay, and we are tired of that. Okay, so yes, this time we are going to be requiring tangibles and things for our vote. Because trust me, if they don't need us, they still need us, and there's nothing wrong with that because see, they let y'all in, flood the country, and they give y'all everything, and y'all can even vote after y'all get here. Okay, and then when you finally can, you come over here and then you act like you own the land, and you curse us out, and you're not, and so you're really not a good fit for the culture. If I heard that from job, and they let you go, you're not a good fit for our culture. So yeah, Trump said that's a part of y'all getting out. You have to go because this is the problem we're having. And they're confusing y'all with us. And boy, they know y'all different too. But now we got a separation. It's good because now we understand who is who.
My big thing is respect.
Now it's respect. So it's gone from
It's always been respect.
tangibles to respect. Because for a minute there, you were like on the tangibles thing. I was like 2017, 2018. You was like, we want tangibles. Now it's more like ethereal. Now is that correct? It's not
We
a.
can walk and guess what we can do? We can walk and chew gum at the same
At the
time.
same
sir.
damn time, right?
Yeah. 'Cause
And so as you can see, these are the things that I have been like really behind on. And it's really amazing to see. I'm telling you, I just cannot get over it. I'd be shocked every day of the week. I'm telling you, I'm still to this day gagged at all times about it. I'd be like, where was I at? Like, where was I at? Did I miss this? Did I miss it? I guess I did. But okay. So this is this. Yeah, this it. Let's go.
Are the biggest white supremacists out here. It's them fight against the oppressive planter class, the
Let's
landowners.
go back and see.
They tried to do. They got the black indentured. We're going to really punish this. You understand? That makes sense, Santiago?
Let's see.
You hear, buddy? Well, Santiago, you here?
I don't think so. This is
right? Because it just doesn't
okay, here we go. So yeah, let's go back to
sense. Actually, I've never actually heard it kind of described that way.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. But I'll tell you this, Tariq, it doesn't make sense either because it's really stupid in a way, right? Because it just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
But that's the way it is.
Right.
That's the way it is.
Unfortunately, it doesn't make sense, but we're on the bad end of the stick. It's black people because we are victimized by these white supremacists with this weird ideology of oppression where they've made white skin a royalist class, meaning the royal class cannot be punished or they cannot be reprimanded. So yeah, but that system is going to die out. But it is what it is. Let me get some more people in here. Let's get Felicia.
You see?
No, physical. I said Felicia. No, it's physical. Physical Bitcoin.
Let's go to this one.
Physical Bitcoin. Hop on in.
Physical Bitcoin is up on the ground. Okay.
How you doing, brother?
Hey man,
it's been a long time since I've talked to you.
We talked before?
Absolutely, I've talked to you.
Okay. Under the same name here?
You know, the thing is that, you know, you type of people, you think that you're so special.
Really?
But you're not.
Okay.
I'm not special?
We're not? Okay. All right.
No, you're not.
How dare you?
The thing is that the type of people that I
am special.
Yes, we are.
Let's get that shit straight. I'm a foundational black American. I come from a lineage of people who built this land.
It gets me because it's like over and over and over. After I hear more of these phone calls, when the phone calls catching up, as you can hear now, it is baffling because it's like, I don't know. It's like, you know, hey, like we already had to fight the system and white supremacy and things like that. And then now we got to fight these newer motherfuckers coming in. But if you could hear and just see these, you know, one thing that the internet has allowed is for people to be able to share their thoughts and their, you know, what they think a lot more, and we are getting to hear it.
And made it habitable for you to flee the slums of Europe to come over here and eat and get that head lice off your ass. Right. So I am special, and you're welcome.
No.
You're welcome. You wouldn't be over here if it wasn't for my specialty and my family specialty of building a beautiful nation, sir. We are very special. Yes. And you got your ass on that boat and brought your ass over here to the special people, sir. Right? Go ahead, Physical. Hop on, Physical. I don't have you muted, sir.
Let's see. What? Physical?
How dare you say that I'm not special?
He's mad, y'all. He's mad.
I am very special, sir.
You 100% had me muted, and I just got unmuted.
Now,
let me tell you, sir.
Tell me, sir.
That I'll tell you, sir, that the way that it is that we have lived for hundreds of years in disagreement about how things are and how things aren't. And what we are living in now is a life that we can actually not live in that way anymore.
What's that?
Now,
and that is what Trump is doing with Elon being an auditor to the government agencies and the IRS. Now he's going to take on the IRS and audit the IRS and see what they're doing, and, you know, see what everything else is going on. And what, well,
hold on, slow down, because you babbling. You're all over the place.
That smells like me.
Now, what is this stuff about we ain't special? I wanted you to elaborate on that.
Yeah, let's hear this. Where we go.
Then you start going in.
Oh, well, no, you're not special.
Okay.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you're special. Just because I'm white doesn't mean I'm special. Just because somebody's Asian or another color doesn't mean that they're special.
Okay.
Like, why do you all?
Well, damn it, your whiteness was treated special because you had something called Jim Crow, which was an affirmative action program for the white supremacists. So you got special treatment.
Yeah, well, so what?
So no.
Yeah, well,
so what? My ass. We need to be compensated because y'all treated us with special victimhood. Yeah, y'all gave us special treatment for oppression.
Right.
Yeah, y'all made us special. Y'all specialized in violence towards us. You specialized in lynchings towards us. You specialized in destroying our damn communities so that you can feel superior. So yeah, we need.
And then from to sit here and just be screaming, rip mad to the top of his lungs. Can you believe this shit?
Special compensation, don't we?
I mean, I think that I think that a lot of things that have happened in the past are absolutely.
His meth pipe dropped on the phone. He'll be back in 2 or 3 seconds.
Oh God, that's it. Telling you. You hear this shit? Do you hear this? Do you hear this? Do you hear this? This is what it is. This is baby. This is Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right, you caught that, didn't you? All right. So welcome to Tank Talk TV. I'm Unapologetic Tank, and you just got another moment of phone calls with Tariq, and it's just wild.